Wanyama, keep it cool, ma. Wanyama, keep it cool, ma. Oh yeah, wanyama, keep it cool, ma.
You know what time it is? Thoughts from a modern day king. Today we're going to discuss about when they see us. I see a lot of people talking about it now. I've actually seen the documentary about the Central Park 5. So before it even came out, the series, I already knew about the whole situation. I think it hits differently when you put it into a series, when people can see it for what it is. Like in a documentary, it's like that, but when you put it in a series, it dramatizes it more, so you can understand it more. You know, Kevin Richardson, Raymond Santana, Antron McRae, Yusei Salam, Corey Wise. These are the Central Park 5. You know, they're just kids, 14 to 16. Kids, actual children. And the fact that the justice system in America is completely different to the rest of the world, because you're guilty until proven innocent. I don't know the exact statistics, but so many people make a plea deal because it takes so long for their case to be heard that they could be there 2-3 years anyway. And it's highly disadvantaged to people of color, African American, black people. The system is made to control them. You know, they say they got rid of slavery, but all they did was change the name to criminal. That's all they did. And the fact that, you know, the Central Park 5 were accused of killing and raping Trisha Meili. They spent hours and hours being coerced to make stories without a parent or legal representative. Talking about 14 to 16-year-old kids. Some men who are 30, 25, 50, when the police are asking them questions, buckle under pressure. And that's why you have people who snitch or rat or something like that. These kids were coerced. Let's call it what it is. They didn't even know each other. How are you going to give 5 kids 5 different stories and just replace the names each time? If I'm 14, I'll tell you for now, I want to go home. So if you're telling me, say this, you're going to go home, I'm going to say it, I want to go home. At that time, they must have been scared. I can't even imagine what they felt like. You know what I mean? I've been in a police interview when I was a lot older, and the amount of pressure they place on you, if you're not strong-minded or you don't have strong morals, and I'm talking about when you're 20, 23, you'll buckle. Straight up. So as a 14 to 16-year-old kid, the fact that they were coerced to saying what they needed to say, it's not right. I feel for them. My pain is for them, because they took away their best years. You know what I mean? And if the police really did due diligence, they would have found out that Matthias Reyes had already done previous rapes in the vicinity, in the area. Why would you go to kids? Think about it. When you're 14 to 16, most kids don't even know what sex is. Especially back then. Nowadays, a little bit different. But back then, most kids between 14 and 16 didn't even know what sex was. So to say that they raped the woman, let's be legit. And for me, Corey Wise went to support his boy. And then to just be sitting there and then, let's just throw another one in. That's the mentality. Believe me when I say this, the mentality has not changed. Let's make it very clear. The mentality has not shifted. You know, being sentenced to 6 to 13 years in prison for something you did not do, clearly did not do, I don't even know how you recover from that. Like mentally, you can't recover from that. Emotionally, you can't recover from that. And you know, Linda Farestein and Elizabeth Ledera, they have a lot to answer for. How, like, okay, they get sacked from their job and this, but where's the repercussions for them? Like, I'm sick and tired of people going, oh, it was a mistake. They were incarcerated for the wrong thing. When you could see that it was a mission of the prosecution and the police to just pin it on them whether there was evidence or not. Like, if you remember, the girl goes, no, you can't come to me with this without evidence, blah, blah, blah. And then I forget which one it was. I'm not sure if it was Linda or Elizabeth. The other one goes, yeah, but we'll make it stick. We'll make a story to make it stick. Like, one is already telling you don't have enough. Then the next one is like, we'll make it stick. Like, for me, that was the most heart-wrenching thing. Like, that literally is like saying, I don't care about their life because they're black or because they're people of color or they're different. Let's cut the bullshit. Let's call it as it is. Because the American judicial system is not in favor of people of color, of someone who is different. It's not in favor. You cannot tell me it's in favor. Look at even someone like Khalif Browder. Like, it's not in favor. And then you see the mental strain and stress it has on someone. I could never imagine going to prison. Me, I've done bad things in my time and I was fortunate enough not to go to prison. But the thought of actually being in prison, you know, I've got a brother who's been incarcerated for a long time and his mental ability to comprehend so many things is fucked up. And to put someone away without any facts, without any legitimate truth, and to make it up, those people should be incarcerated. Because you destroyed someone's life, yeah? So, okay, the law is if you kill someone, you go to prison. If you attempt to kill someone, you go to prison. What these prosecutors did was attempt to kill these kids. Because giving them a sentence, you're killing their soul. Like, you're actually killing them. So how someone can't made to pay, okay, we'll give them money, but that's not enough. Like, the monetary, it's not enough. You're never going to be able to take it away. It's like when someone kills someone, no sentence is ever going to be enough to bring that person back. So no money is ever going to be enough to bring back the pain that they suffered. But the prosecutors should at least face some of that. They should go to prison. They should understand what it was like. They should see what effect it had on these kids. Like, by all reports, they've turned out fine as fine men. Like, and that's a credit to them and their parents and their family and those around them. Because I really don't understand. And, okay, the leader of the country paid $85,000 to have a massive thing in New York Times about bringing back the death penalty. Imagine those 5 kids were killed. Let's imagine that. And then years later, it comes out that we're innocent. Who would be to pay? Like, because now you've murdered them. Yeah? So who would be there to pay? How can someone who wanted the death of 5 kids, no, I'm talking adults, I'm not talking 5 innocent kids, be the leader of a country? And America is all about, let's arrest this war criminal for war crimes and let's do How? Like, I don't understand it. You know, I'm passionate about this because every child in the world should be protected. That's my belief. Every child in the world should be protected. No matter where they come from, their nationality, every child should have an innocent upbringing. And it doesn't happen. And there's many factors. There's racism. There's people inside their own family. There's governments. There's many different factors. There's war criminals. There's many different factors. And it breaks my heart when a kid doesn't get a fair upbringing. Like when I say fair, I'm not talking about like you face no adversity in life, because everyone's going to face adversity. But I mean robbing a child of their innocence. Because what you did, and what the prosecution did, and what the public did, and what the media did, and what the judge did, and what every single person involved in the case of the Central Park 5 did was rob them of their innocence. You know, I don't know. There's not much more I could say about this. Like, it's really, it makes me angry that 5 young men got their childhood taken away from them, their best years, and you never know the psychological damage that this could have done to them. So I hope every single person can watch when they see us. They can have an open discussion. White, black, Hispanic, doesn't matter. Have an open discussion about it. Because if you're going to be real and you're going to be 100%, you're going to know that this was an injustice. This was a race-driven thing. This still goes on in America, and it's almost never going to change. You know, I always say to people, yes, I'm white, and I understand I'm born into white privilege. And when white people don't admit there's white privilege, to me that's racist. And for anyone to say and justify why the Central Park 5 went to prison is out racist. Like, there's no other way to look at it. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll be dropping some more soon. I've been off for a while, been doing my own thing, but I'm back now. Thoughts of a modern day king.
Only fakers be loving where you have. When he ready them to